So I thought I was about to stand up. I just realized I'm tired now. I have to do that. So today I'm going to show y'all like one of the easiest styles and quickest styles you can do like on yourself or your kids or whoever. Easy and quick style is large box braids or large twists. That's the easiest style to do. So I started parting my mannequin head already. As you can see, I got it in 4 sections. So first you want to do part it around the top of the head from ear to ear. Make sure you like starting and ending in the same spot. You see I started right behind the ear. You want to end right behind the ear on the other side. So once you have your front part parted out half and half, you want to take the front section and split it in half. So we know up through the middle of the nose, split that in half. And then the back, I have the part going, so you want the part to go like from right above the ear because you want it to like come around here evenly. So start like right here above the ear. And then once you go around to the other side, you want to make sure it's ending in the same spot right there. That way, when we do this row, it just flows right around evenly. So I'm doing large. So my large size has 3 rows in the front on each side. 3 rows on this side, 3 rows on this side. And that will leave 5 in the back. So the bottom will have 2 rows and this top part will have 3 rows. So it's kind of easier if you start parting from the front first. So I have this one section. And again, I'm doing large, so this is gonna be split into 3. And I like to start at the top because I already have my straight part at the top, so I can get my parts more even and straight if I start in the middle. So I have this line here, so this is like my base. So, and then I can part it like, you know, like this. And just follow that straight line at the top. So I wanna do this front into 3 even rows. And you see how I easily use the tip, the pintail part to just part that and get that base part. So I want this to be in 3 rows. So I'm parting this front in 3 and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So I have 3 and 3, 3 rows on both sides. Now I'm doing large because this is large is quick and large is easy. So I think I'm gonna do this way a little bit, down a little bit more. So I have 3 rows on that side of the front and I want 3 rows on the other side too. So I'm doing large, so that's my large. Everybody's size, it might be a little different. Some might be a little bit smaller, some might be a tad bit bigger, but mine's is 3 and 3. So I'm gonna part this the same way. 3 on each side. And this is like the easiest style. When I do my hair, and I'm doing like, most of the time it's large twists if I'm doing my hair because twists are fast for me. So I'll do my hair in large twists and this is how I'm parting it out. Okay, so if you just joined, I started off by doing parting the hair in half. So from ear to ear, half way around the top of the head. So I put 3 on each side of the front. I like to part the front out first because I could just match the back up to the front to make it easier. So now my back, I parted this down here from ear, right here, to this side, ear, on this side. So now I'm gonna take the back. Oh, I need another clip. Move that out the way. So now I'm gonna take the back. This right here is gonna be 2 rows. So I'm gonna part this in half like that. Straight around with my pintail in. Now I'm gonna go back and clean this up a little bit afterwards, but I'm just getting the base part in there. Okay, so I got 2 rows down here at the bottom. And then this top portion is gonna be 3 rows because I wanna match it up to the front. And I said, most people, this style literally could take you like an hour and a half. Once you get used to the parting, it's really the parting that be taking people a lot of time, not the actual braiding. So now I can match this section up to the front. So I can just part this around to here, like that. And then once I turn it around to this side, I want to make sure this side is matching too. So I'm going to part this around just to line up with the other side. And I'm at such an awkward position trying to part this so y'all can see in the camera, right? So I got to fix that. As you can see, I got to fix my part, but I'm trying to do it awkward so y'all can see. So parting it around there. Let's see. Okay, let's fix that. Okay, so now I have this row, and that's matched up to the front. Y'all gotta come with them quicker ways. As long as you learn to part faster, your braids will be faster. So now I'm going with this section, and I'm gonna line it up with the ones this side I got in the front too, and over here. So it's just coming around the head. So when you think about parting the head, don't think about like straight, because the head is round. So you have to go like around, like smiley face. So parting it around like a smiley face. Parting it around, and you just want it to match up to the parts in the front. And then go back and clean that up a little bit. And of course, head sizes differ, but I still do the same amount of rows, no matter if you got like a small head or big head, right? Win some, you lose some. Small head or big head, you still getting the same amount of rows for my large. So, there we go. Now I got all my rows parted out real quick. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So now I got 5 rows across the back. And then I have the 3 in the front on each side, right? So that's how I part for the large. Now let me show you some easy large box braids. And I'm gonna do the rubber band method with these box braids and twists, because they're both easy. Oops. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one. So this one, I would do like 1 braid, and this would be 2 braids, and this would be 2. So 5 on each side of the front. The same way on that side, 1, 2, and 2. Or you can do 1, 2, 3, whichever, like I said, head size makes a difference. So I'm gonna do 1 over here, and I'm using Shine and Jam, the orange jar, dark orange jar. I like this one better. And I actually have some right here, but my label gone, so I bring the empty one to show y'all that. Anyway. So I'm going to slick that, slick, comb it through. Anytime you apply some product, make sure you comb it through, because if you don't comb it through, it's sitting on the hair, it might turn white. Even though Shine and Gem don't turn white at all. That's why I like using it. And I like the orange because it got like a really good hold, and I don't have to worry about all that extra residue, all that extra stuff on there. So I don't like the super thick braid gels. I don't like the edge controls. I don't like none of that super thick stuff just in your hair. Honestly, it just seems like it attracts a lot of dirt. Okay, so I'm rubber banding this. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my braid here. This is another part people struggle with, is how much hair do I use? But it's kind of no one size fit all answer. It really depends on how big you want your braids, how thick your hair is. So, so all that. So you have to kind of like trial and error. So if you do a braid and you're like, all right, that's decent, then size, and you use those sizes. So, try your first braid or two and figure that out, so you can know what size to get. So I'm gonna do a box braid first, and then I'm gonna do a twist next. So I have my piece of hair right here. It's kind of thick because these large size. You don't want no super skinny braids on no on no large part, right? Because that's gonna look crazy. So we want some thick, like, you know, thicker braids on large parts. And they cute. Once you put that little curl on the end or something, they're gonna be real cute. Okay, so I have my piece of hair right here, kind of thick, and I'm using Expressions. I like Expressions. That's my favorite brand of hair. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna pull off a piece like a third of it. Just gonna pull off like a third of it. And crochet hook, you need a crochet hook. Out, okay. Now I'm taking my crochet hook and I'm going up and down. I'm sticking it through the middle. You can go up the middle, down the middle, just up and down. I'm pulling this piece through. Now you can put this piece in here and then put your rubber band on if you want to, if you don't have a crochet hook. So I'm taking this. I could have put my rubber band a little bit tighter too. So let me see. Let me move y'all a bit closer. Whoa, not that close. Okay. Okay. Now you don't want to stand up for me. Okay, ring light. All right, a bit closer. Okay, so I have my piece I crocheted through the middle, my piece of braid here. I don't know how good y'all can see that. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so I'm taking the hair on the mannequin and I'm gonna split it into 3. This is how I'm gonna get my braid to be more even. I'm gonna split this into 3. You got that real thick hair. We wanna slick that a little bit. So have it into 3. Taking this piece that I crocheted through and I'm putting that with the middle one. And I'm gonna take the rest of my hair that I pulled from, because remember I took a third of it off, and I'm gonna put this around. I wanna make sure I'm covering up the rubber band. So I'm putting this around and I'm adding it with these 2 pieces on the side. That's why I split the natural hair into 3. So now I have my 3 pieces that I wanna braid with, all right? So make sure you keep that nice tight grip on there. And then you just braid it. Now this style you can literally do, like I said, in less than 2 hours. And if you get fast with the parting and the hair prep stuff, then you can do this in an hour. So I have that on there. And now I just braid down. Ugh, braid it down. Don't you go nowhere. And I split it up like that because I want it to be even. If your pieces are even, your braid is even, and it looks a whole lot better. You don't have the lumpy bumpies when you split it evenly. There you go, there you go. Any questions, any questions? Nice large box braid you could do on yourself or your kids or your clients. This is the fastest, easiest way to me. You want to make it fancy, you add some boho pieces. Wait, actually, let me show y'all real quick. Okay, I have some boho hair. Right, because boho hair just, for some reason, make any style look fancy, right? Any style. Oh, I'm clicking, wait, sorry. Okay, boho make any style look fancy. So braid this all the way down, first of all. I stopped, but you know, braid that all the way down. And if you want to be fast, like I said, doing that style that's real quick to get in an hour, don't braid it all the way down. Curl it in, right? We just go, so like I got this hair loose right here, and I could take it and I could just tie a knot. Tie a knot in it, so take a piece of hair off the end. Can y'all see that? Take a piece of hair off the end, right? And we just gonna loop, make a loop, wrap it around, put it through the loop, right? I try to do that where y'all can see it. Tie a knot. And then just curl the end, right? This gonna make our style even faster. Curl the ends. And large are cute with ends curled. Now to make it even better, to make it even cuter, I got some crochet hair. And this is some human hair that I got from QVR, crochet hair. And I like theirs because it has like a thin, it's like a little string in the middle. That way it's easy to put in and you don't really like see that big old lump or loop. It's like super easy. So you can put through the middle, through the side, through the braid if you want it hanging down. So I just crocheted that in there. Crocheting that in the top. Pulling that through. Here's the little loop, the little string right here. And I'm just gonna pull one side of the curl through there to tie it. Okay. Right, so there we go. Now we have our little boho curly pieces added to our large. And actually you could do that, and each braid is enough. And it don't even have to be every braid. If you just wanna like add a little accent piece or something like that, you can just do it in a few braids. So I added that there, and I can take the end and curl it with a rod. I don't even got a rod, y'all. I'm gonna find a rod in a minute. I should did that before I got on here. But I'm gonna curl the end, and I added the curly piece in there. And you could do the same thing with the twist that you did with the box braid. So I'm just showing y'all like super easy way to get a style done and make it like super cute. There. So again, that was one. This gonna be two. This gonna be two. I'm doing large size. I got 3 in the front. And so I'm gonna split this in half. This gonna be 2. And make sure y'all get y'all a good parting comb, because that, I swear, most people who got problems with parting, like, I can't part, they going over their line 20 times and taking 2 minutes to do each part. Do you know how much time 2 minutes on each part adds to your whole style? A lot. So get you a good parting comb. If you got a good parting comb, it's gonna make the parting process so much faster. So much faster if you got a good comb. I even go as far as like the tip of my comb. Sorry, this light is doing something different. I take the tip of my comb and I take a nail file and I file it a little bit so I can get it a little bit more pointy and make it super easy to part with, because it got a good tip on it. So I'm back to doing another one now. I'm on this braid. This row got 2, and I'm rubber banding it. These don't gotta be super tight, because you wanna make sure you can stick the crochet hook through there comfortably without killing nobody's head. So we want that. So also, if y'all look in the description, you will see a link, because I'm starting my school community, which is my virtual classroom for people who are ready to braid, and not just braid, but also want to learn how to like start a braiding business, who want to do everything else. So you're going to want to join my school community that I just started. I haven't even posted like info in there yet, but I will be doing like more like live videos, Q&As, and I can actually like look at your work and personally help you and do more one-on-one stuff. So yeah, look in the description for that link to that. Okay, so here is my part right here again. And I want to take this, remember, and I'm going to split this into 3. Just splitting it into 3. Don't overthink it. I always tell people not to overthink, because when they overthink, it takes long. Everything takes longer when you overthink, so don't overthink. Grab that chunk of hair off of there, because we're doing large. And we don't want we don't want boneless braids. We don't want no skinny braid on no big part. So make sure you're grabbing enough hair. Now I have my chunk of hair. I have my chunk of hair right here, and I'm going to take off 1/3 of it. Now I know y'all can do a little math. We know what 1/3 is. 1/3 is split that. If it's in 3, 1 piece is 1/3, right? You're doing easy math today. And I actually didn't even take off 1/3. I don't think it's a little small. Let me grab a tad bit more, y'all. I'm talking about math. My math skills ain't mathing. Okay, got my piece. I'm crocheting it through top and bottom, up and down, so you can put it in through the top or through the bottom. Make sure it's open when it goes in. Goes in open, comes out closed. Make sure you close that when you pull it through, all right? Okay, and another thing, make sure it's in the middle. So when you get to the end, it ain't one side short, one side long. Make sure it's like in the middle when you put it in. Got an extra piece of hair somewhere here. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, there we go, middle. Now I'm gonna take that piece I crocheted through, and I'm putting it with one of the pieces right here in the middle. I still got these two pieces of natural hair on the side. And I'm taking my other piece of hair, and that's getting wrapped around. Let me see if I can lift this. Okay. Let me try that. See if y'all can look on top of what I'm doing. Oh. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so I have this piece of hair I crocheted through. It's right with the middle piece. Now I'm gonna take the other piece up here and I'm wrapping it around. This way I'm making sure my rubber band get covered up. So I'm putting it with these two pieces on the end, right? So I split that, basically split that ponytail into three. Now I have three pieces that I'm ready to braid with. If you could do a regular 3-strand braid, you can do this easy box braid. So I have it split, and now I'm just gonna start braiding. Make sure you keep a tight grip so that piece that you wrapped around the top is on there good and it doesn't like slip off or nothing. So have that wrapped around there, and then I'm just doing my regular 3 strands. So however you braid down, that's how you're gonna do that. Oh, you missed the parting tutorial. I show how I parted this whole head out in large, but the video is gonna be available for replay. You know, they keep the lives on your channel after it's done, so you can go back and I show my exact parting method for my large braids. So I do this part in the same way if I do like large knotless. Okay, and I'm just braiding it down, y'all. And I'm also tucking, but I got a video on that too. Look how neat that is and even. Like, if you have 3 even strands, I swear you can get a perfect braid. You just have to make sure you keep your tension and grip like the same. Like, don't go super tight and then loosen up. Just make sure you keep an even flow going all the way down, and make sure your 3 strands are the same size. When your 3 strands are even, that's what makes your braid even and neat like that. So that is super, super neat, super easy box braid, large. I'm telling y'all, go try it in y'all kids or auntie, grandma, whoever head. This is gonna be easy. Now I know a lot of people don't like this old school method of, like, you know, with the knot, and they prefer knotless, but it works good for like on kids or if you're trying to do your own hair. You know, you're trying to save some money. We ain't trying to do that. We're just trying to do something quick and simple. Sometimes you just need something quick and simple. Okay, seal. Let me move that back. I need a camera person. Keep moving this thing. Be still. Okay. Now, there we go. Okay, so was that easy or no? Like, let me know. I said I'm gonna try to do more live videos because then people can actually ask questions and I can actually answer them like right then and there. I like the old school method too. Like, I'm really starting to be over knotless, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. That's like all I do though. Like, every day I'm just doing knotless. I swear that's it. Knotless has taken over. We all know they don't last as long. They do last good. My braids last good though, but people be like, your braids never get old, but that new growth will take over. For sure. Braids still be looking neat, but you can't even see the parts no more, the scalp. The same, how do you get the same size and length braids for each braid? Well, the length was why I said when you put that hair in, make sure it's like in the middle, right? Because that's how you're gonna get the braids all the same length. But now you can't expect the braids that's on the back row right here to be the same length as the braid that's on the top. That's just not how that flows. Now, if you wanna curl them or cut them to the same length, you can. But just like with a natural flow, no. And that's not like a big deal getting them the same length like that. But like if you're doing a bob or something, yeah, you can curl them all to the same length or cut them all to the same length. And as far as getting the, what's that say? Same size in the braids. Oh, same size braids. Yeah, that's gonna go on like working on your pre-parting your hair out or like prepping your hair. So if you prep your hair ahead of time, you can kind of flow. But usually if you're braiding, you can see if one braid is bigger than the other braid. Like once you braid it down, you be like, dang, that's too small. I should add a little bit more hair. Go back and add a little bit more hair. Or if you be like, dang, that's too big, go back and take a little bit of hair off. Most people just mess up because they just be like, well, I'm not taking that back down. They just want to be lazy. But you said you about to do what? Yeah, so mostly everything just takes practice, right? So a lot of people say they struggle with parting. Again, I said most of the time, people struggle with parting because they have a shitty comb. If you have a comb and the tip is round, that round tip is not parting nothing. So you want to make sure you have a good parting comb. And like I said before, I literally take a little nail file and I file the tip of my comb. So so it can get a nice little point on it. I take a nail file to it. And that makes parting so easy. How do I feel about using lock gel? Like, is that like the brand or just like literally some lock gel? I ain't gonna lie, I like to use like thinner gels, but most people like to use thick, heavy gels, but I don't. I feel like if you can keep a tighter grip, if you learn how to grip tightly, you don't need that extra heavy stuff. Now, if you're doing like some jumbo or some really extra large braids on some thick hair, then you might need something a little bit thicker, but still, I don't like to cake all that stuff up in people's hair. So really, this is my go-to. This is my go-to. And the neat braid, I do like the neat braid. And sometimes people don't like to mix products, but I will mix. Let me grab that. And this, oh, you can't even see that. Light so bright. Okay, hold on. Let's turn that down. The neat braid. It's a pure old natural. I like this one too. Of course, it costs more. Locking gel. I think I tried that. A lot of products I do not like because they turn white. And people be like, oh, just put some oil. No, I don't like when it turn white. How you know how many packs of hair are needed for each braid style? Oh, trial and error. That's how you know how many packs you need. You know, once you do it one time and you be like, oh, I used 2 packs, then you know you need 2 packs. Or if you want to be on the safe side, just, you know, tell them an extra pack. A lot of times I'm using 2 packs or 3 packs of expression for each style. They come with the 3 bundles in there. So that's my go-to. Oh yeah, again, back to the orange jar is my go-to of Shine and Jam. The yellow one is a bit watery, but I like to use it for braiding down because it's really, really loose, but I like the way it like slide on my fingers. So that makes it easier for me to braid down. And I braid down faster when I just rub that on there. So I use the yellow jar for that. I use the orange jar for the natural hair. And if I need something with a little bit more hold, or if I'm doing stitch braids or something, I'll use the neat braid. Yeah, so let me show y'all. I showed y'all how to do the box braid. Now let me show y'all the twist too. So it's the same way with the rubber band, and this is like my favorite and my go-to style because it's super easy and super quick, and I can do it really fast on myself. So Once I get the parting out the way. Nah, I hate parting my own hair, but I will recruit my oldest daughter to help me part my hair. But once that parting is done, I can just put the twist in myself. So this is easy. So I'm taking the whole piece of hair when I do the twist and not splitting it up. And this way, the rubber band shows a little bit, but it's a way I can show you where it don't show. So I'm taking this and I'm putting it up and down again in the middle. So I'm putting this whole piece on there and I'm making sure I close it. All right, okay. Making sure this is in the middle. That way all my braids are ending like where they ending together like that. So I have the twist in there and I'm gonna just tighten that a little bit. I'm gonna rub some gel on that natural hair. Split that into two. And like I said, if y'all want more in-depth help or training, then I put the link to my school community in the description. That I just started the school community, so I'll probably be doing a lot more working with people one-on-one in there until I start adding more information to there. So the first people to join, y'all gonna get lucky. Because I literally haven't posted any like courses and all that stuff in there. So I'll be doing more one-on-one help with y'all or going live with y'all until I get more information posted in there. This braiding, I have it tagged. It should be linked in on the video somewhere. I tagged where I got the braiding rack from. I do like this one because this thing's so lightweight and I can drag it around and move it around. And then it got pegs on both sides, so I can add a lot of hair on there, right? And I do have a video on this too, like prepping hair, how you can prep more hair. No, I don't do wigs. I probably should learn how to do wigs though, but I don't. I'm just not a fan of gluing nothing down to nobody edges or none of that stuff. I don't like the glue. I mean, if we just want to be for real, wigs weren't even never made to be wearing every day like that, but I get it. Oh, hold on. Kid. Hello? Yeah. Oh man, that's sad. Did you take some pain meds? Oh well, find you some pain pills to take. I'll make you a dentist appointment. Because I think you missed it, but I'll make you another one. Okay, I'll call you back. I'm on live. All right, you on break? Go find you some pain pills or something. Go find you a stand back. All right. That's my oldest kid. She at work with a toothache. She's 17, so still mama's baby. The community, the link is in the description. I never really go live on YouTube, so I don't really know how it is yet. I'm gonna have to look, but I put it in the description. And the first people to join the community is $99 a month, but you gotta think for a braiding class, that's like a really good price, and you can cancel anytime. So even if you just join for a month and get a month of information, that's great because I really charge like $500 for one-on-one, like a one-day braiding class. So being at $99 a month is a really good price, okay? Okay, so my twist. So I split this natural hair in half, top and bottom. And then I'm gonna put one piece with the top braiding hair and the other piece with the bottom piece braiding hair. Let me see if I can get y'all a tad bit closer. Well, that didn't want to work. Okay. So I can get y'all a tad bit closer. There we go. So I do have videos on doing twists, but so you want to, I'm slicking this together, right? So when you do twist, you want to roll and cross over at the same time. So let me just show y'all. So you want to roll, right? So I'm rolling both pieces in the same direction. So I'm gonna roll it just like that. So every time I cross over, I want to roll it. And you don't have to do no dramatic roll or turn. Just do it a little bit before you cross over. And you want to do that so it stays. If you don't do that little roll, you're going to have a really, really loose twist that'll probably start like coming loose and unraveling. So you want to make sure you're doing that roll. And I like doing twists because like I said, I'm fast at doing twists. I do it faster than I braid. Right, so I just roll. And then I literally, but I'm really fast at twists. So that's is why I can knock my hair out in no time doing twists. And I just really think they cute. You learn how to do twists, you're gonna hire you some clients because everybody don't do it. And again, I'm gonna do the same thing on the end and I'm gonna tie a knot on the end. Just a little knot so that don't come loose. It's literally a tiny little knot you can barely see. And you have a large twist right there. And I love me some large twists. And if you don't, like you can see the rubber band a little bit on the side. So if you don't want to see the rubber band, you can take a piece of hair and wrap it a little bit around first and then start twisting. So it's still gonna be the same parting for large. So you could take this top piece and you can part it into 3 braids. Or if you just want to be lazy and real quick or something, you can part it into 2. But we know 3 is better. So we got 1, 2, 3 on that side. So that'll be 6 braids. Or you can do 5 on each side, like I said. So the how can you do the braiding class? So if you want to join the school community, which is, it's a link in the description for that, because I don't know. Let me see if I can pin it actually. Let's see. Start a poll. I don't want to start a poll, y'all. I don't even know how to do this. Let's see. Pin message. Let's say put somebody in timeout. Huh? Oh, I did not do that right. Message pinned. I don't even know what I pinned. Okay. Oh, look. I'm going to go put it in the message. Let me go on YouTube. But if you just want to book like a one-on-one virtual class, a one-day class, it's on my booking site. And I think that's in description on my page. Okay, let me see. I'm logged in from my other phone, so I can try to put it in the, there we go. And let me see if I can pin that. I don't even know how to do it, y'all. It's crazy. Oh yeah, so I have it in the description. So you can click on here and go to the description and you'll be able to see. Okay. There we go, right there. That's for the school community link. And also, if you just want to book like I'm in Detroit. I've had people like fly in or come from far or whatever to take a hands-on braiding class if they don't want to do it online. Because we all know that virtual is not for everybody. And sometimes you just need some hands-on help. Sometimes you just need somebody to literally hold your hand and tell you exactly where it needs to be. Okay. I don't even think okay. That's my booking link, whatever. Oh, it's in there. Booking link, school community. Okay, so this was just, this was supposed to be a quick video. It's almost 40 minutes. Showing y'all how to part for large, right? So real quick again, ear to ear, right? I showed the large and how I do 3 rows on each side in the front. So part that in the middle, split each side into 3. I got 3 on that side. Then we take the back. I like to part the front first because I can match the back up easily, right? So as you can see, these parts are matched up to the front ones. Like that. 1, 2, 3 right there. 3 right there. 3 rows above the ear. 2 rows below the ear. And that's giving 5 across the back to match those. So this is my parting for large. Now, before I be trying to jump up off this live, do y'all got any more questions or little techniques y'all want to see real quick before I jump up off this live video? And like I said, most people struggle with parting because it's the comb. Get you a good parting comb. And once you get a good parting comb, get you a nail file and make it an even better parting comb. That's gonna help you get through these real quick. Cause I could literally like take my pintail, part through there, then I take my sharpened tip and I clean it up. Easy cleanup, just like that. Right, and we all know mannequin heads, if you got a mannequin head, you know it's not easy to part. So, but if you get you a good parting comb, this is gonna make your life so much easier. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a game changer. And the hair rack, I got that linked in the video also. And I use Expressions braiding hair. I did not link that in there, but I use Expressions. Most of the time I'm using 52 inch. That's my average length for my hairstyles. So I'll do shorter, I'll do 38 and 42 inch. Then they have longer, they have 62 inch, and they have like a 58. But 52 is like my base length for my base price. Anything longer than that, I charge extra. So just good, you know, point of advice, just. And the 52 inch do be kind of long. It'll go past the middle of your back, so they really getting down. Or you can pay for butt length, which I hate doing. But, okay, so yeah, there's the large box braids, large twist. My phone up here doing something. And yeah, so if y'all don't got any more questions, I'm gonna pop up off of here. I might be back later or something. I got some large knotless to do later on some thick hair. So that was my parting for large, and that was my large tutorial. Thank everybody who joined in on my live, and I will see you guys next time.